When thousands of people are without power right now in San Diego County as extreme fire weather blew through and continues to do so.
Yeah, all those blots are different outages on the SDG&E map. CBS 8's Kelly Hessedall joins us live from SDG&E headquarters with a look at how this dangerous weather is affecting San Diegans. Kelly.
That's right, and we're talking about people in Jacumba, Hot Springs, to Rancho Bernardo, to Fallbrook, who all had their power shut off today as a precaution. Now, the wind gusts today were extremely strong out in East County. It pushed over semi-trucks and caused a big traffic headache.
You going slow or fast?
No, slow. As the wind came rapidly, all the trucks, the 3 trucks falling slowly.
And so that was the driver of a semi-truck that flipped over this morning along the 8 near Alpine. Now, fortunately, he is okay. 2 others flipped over around that same time in that same area. The wind was just so strong. You could really see it blowing dust around. Crews had to hoist the trucks upright first so they could tow them away, all in the midst of this wind. Now, to give you an idea how strong it was, this is what it looked like as I was just trying to shut the door to our SUV. Photographer Eric Swanson had to come help me close it. And when I looked on the anemometer, it was showing gusts anywhere from 20 to 30 miles an hour. So I cannot imagine what it must be like with wind gusts a lot stronger. Now, the CHP rerouted all of the traffic off of the freeway near Alpine and told the big rigs to head back towards San Diego because the driving conditions were just so rough. There was just this sea of trucks parked all along the side of the 8. I talked to one of the drivers who said he'd been sitting there for about an hour.
This is the first time that I see high winds, and it's actually pretty interesting. I can see how dangerous it is now. In the morning when I came, there was already 2 trucks. They had already flipped over. That was horrible. Yeah, I hope they were okay.
And he says he was heading to Yuma, but he says he might just spend another night in San Diego before getting back on the road. So it was certainly a rough day for some drivers here in San Diego and certainly for people across the county who had their power shut off. Heather and Carlo.
And Kelly, for those people who have their power off, the big question all of them are asking is how long until my power gets turned back on?
Well, that's right. You know, it could take a couple of days. I think it kind of depends on where you are. For places where there has been some damage, I think it's going to take longer. SDG&E has said it not only needs to assess the damage first, it then needs to go in and repair it. And that might not be able to happen until starting Thursday, because that is when we expect the winds to die down and when it should be safe enough for crews to get in there and start the work.
All right, a lot more neighborhoods included in the shutoff this time, more than we usually see when they shut off power here in San Diego due to the wind. Kelly, thanks.
Meteorologist Sean Stiles is in for Carlene today, and he's tracking all of those winds for us.
Sean, is the worst over at this point?
At this point, the strongest wind gusts have left the area. However, we're still under a red flag warning through tomorrow morning early, and the winds suddenly won't die as we make our way in the day on Wednesday, but we will see them diminish very quickly. So we're going to see very low humidities and, as you just saw, extremely strong wind gusts. I want you to take a look at these peak wind gusts across San Diego. These are hurricane force winds. Sill Hill, 95 miles per hour, 80 in Buckman Springs, Banning, 74, Alpine, 72, along with West San Isabel, and Otay Mountain, 71 miles per hour. So some very, very strong winds. Here's a look at the forecast through tomorrow morning, and you can still see those gusty winds over the mountain passes, but they've backed off in the inland microclimates, and by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon, they will be all but gone. Rainfall totals is another thing that we're really keeping an eye on, because the fact that the starter fuels have been getting an abundance of rain over the past 2 years. This past rain season, barely a 1/10 of an inch. And get this, talk about a 180 on your forecast there, a chance of light to moderate drizzle by Thursday morning.